Here at the University of Utah, there are tons of ways that students can express themselves. Students can flex their creative muscles by dancing, writing, drawing, and more. But for some of the students here at the U, they have found their passion in a way that is pretty unique. By making radio.
My name is Tommy. I am the executive producer at K-UTE Radio, which is the internet radio station at the University of Utah.
K-UTE has been broadcasting here at the U since it was founded in 1988. It features a variety of programming like music by independent artists and student-run talk shows. Probably the coolest thing about the station is the fact that despite being an official program of the University of Utah, K-UTE is entirely student-run.
There's a lot of different ideas at the station, and everybody kind of has their own way of, what's best and maybe what's the best thing to do. And sometimes, they think it's the best thing that's happening, but it's really, maybe it's not the best idea. I would say collaboration is a really big part of our station itself, and really my position, just because I don't do a whole lot of the content production anymore. I do a lot more on the end of making sure that everybody has the resources and knows that they have the resources that are available to them. We work with the community in a few different ways. Obviously, with COVID, it's a little bit different, but we normally do a lot of collaboration with local record shops, Graywell Records in particular. We've also we work with S&S a lot, so Sarton and Sanders, they're a local promoting group in the Valley. We work a lot with them in promoting some of their smaller artists. And we do have a really cool podcast that's going on right now called Loco for Local. And it is a highlight podcast about all types of local music, promoters, events, venues in the Salt Lake Valley.
Like any student media group, K-UTE has had its fair share of hiccups over the years. In 2005, they lost their AM signal when a dormitory building housing their antenna was taken down. Even after getting a new antenna, the station continued to suffer financially and was almost forced to close its doors a number of times. Most infamously, in 2007, the station ran into some legal trouble with the FCC after two on-air DJs broadcasted obscene content as part of their show Behind the Blue Door.
I try my best to just be as inclusive as possible. I don't share, obviously, I don't share private information. People don't know my last name on air. And then as far as political correctness or sensitivity goes, I just try my best to keep things light. I feel as though the second you start joking about harsher subjects or bring up politics or anything of that sort, things start to delve into a position where you could, start to offend individuals.
Even after all that, the station still remains on the air today and has been running normally and continuously since 2008, which is great because radio production is something that is hugely beneficial to the students who are a part of it.
My name is Lloyd Cole. I'm the program director / producer / reporter for the Zone Sports Network, which is the flagship station of the Utah Jazz.
Lloyd has spent years working in radio production, and despite his expertise and passion, he says it wasn't part of his initial plan.
After changing my major probably 3 or 4 times, as most college students seem to, I ran into an old friend that I used to work with, and I found out, he told me what he was doing. He was producing a sports radio show, and and I hadn't talked to him in a while, and I was like, mind if I come hang out for a morning and see what it's like or whatever? I showed up, and I was in love with it. I said, let me switch my major one more time, and so I said, you mind if I get an internship with you guys? And so I stayed on there for a semester, and that was all I could get credit hours for. And then I asked if you mind if I stay for another semester, even though I wasn't getting credit hours. So I did that for, I think, probably about 1.5 years. And finally, I got offered a job, and it was all she wrote. I was hooked in the business.
Lloyd says that any student can be successful working on the radio, but he has a particular gift that he thinks helps him stand out.
To be honest with you, I was blessed with a good voice, a deep voice that that does well for radio, voicing spots and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, you know what, let's give this a try.
If all of this sounds interesting, go ahead and give it a shot. However, don't expect to make it on the air as your first assignment. You've got to put in the time and gather the proper skills and experience before you're given the green light on your own show.
You're probably not going to have a show right away, but you have to grind. But it's, you get your foot in the door, and you just got to keep doing what you got to do to take the next step, and don't get discouraged. With technology these days, I mean, almost everybody has a podcast. I mean, you can podcast something and get in front of a mic and record it and talk about, whatever you want to talk about, sports, politics, whatever. I mean, now's a good time to talk politics, right? That's a hot topic these days. So I would say, yeah, get as much experience in front of a mic as you can. If you're not doing that or whatever, do a podcast, whatever. There's so many podcasts out there. Just do it to practice, to get the reps.
Once you enjoy the content that you produce, the passion for it and the drive to do something better or to become better or to continue or climb up the ladder, it all just kind of comes with that personal passion with your own content and what you're producing. If you or any of your communication major counterparts are looking for something that looks really good on a resume and that opens up a lot of doors in the broadcasting or producing realm, I really encourage you to apply atustudentmedia.com. And I don't know, listen to K-UTE Radio at kradio.org.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless America.